We've got the Supreme Court rejecting the effort to restrict access to the abortion pill. And incidentally, in a way, if the Supreme Court had upheld the restriction, if the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the effort to restrict access to the abortion pill, that would, in a sense, be a type of a nationwide ban on abortion, like Lindsey Graham promised. Do you know what a campaign talking point that would have been? You want to talk about a repeat of 2022? We would have seen it. So that, but I'm heartbroken because I know how many lives will be lost as women who choose this Mifepristone tablet to abort their baby because they simply don't want to be pregnant. I know how many lives are going to be lost. And I am a pro-life American. I have fought for years on the pro-life side. I've been to the March for Life in Washington, D.C. many times. We've raised lots of money for Save the Storks, which is a wonderful organization that provides rolling, basically medical centers and ultrasounds to communities all over the country. It's a great organization. But I'm also, I'm going to admit it. I'll admit it. I'm relieved from a political standpoint that the Supreme Court has just eradicated the Democrats' talking point. They would have taken a national abortion ban like a restriction on an abortion pill, which the Supreme Court had to decide. And incidentally, this was unanimous. This wasn't even a divided court. This was 9-0. The majority opinion was written by Brett Kavanaugh. And for the record, the reason the suit was thrown out was that the anti-abortion doctors who questioned the FDA's decision to make it easier to access this pill didn't have the legal standing to sue, according to the court. So the lawsuit's been thrown out, which means that women can still have widespread access to this pill. There is no nationwide ban on abortion. The Democrats can't pretend there is. Lindsey Graham needs to just sit this one out. I mean, here a lot of text messages. Here's one from North Carolina. When Lindsey Graham floated the idea of a national abortion ban before the midterms, that's typical Lindsey Graham. He has the appearance of being conservative while pandering to the Democrats back home who keep him getting elected in the open primaries. But see, here's an interesting text from Wisconsin. And I want you to hear this. Hey, Mike, abortions are personal. It has everything to do with our bodies. I'm sure if it was about your body, you would take it personally as well. Remember COVID, my body, my choice? Same about abortions. My body, my choice. And if you think that Republicans should be quiet about abortions before elections just to get elected, we are watching and listening closely. We'll give a vote to the Republicans this time around, but there won't be another if we see we were used like the Democrats do to their voters. Now, of course, Wisconsin misses the point. To most logical people, it's not your body. You have another body inside your body. It's not your body, your choice. What choice does the baby have? You don't want to give the unborn baby a choice, Wisconsin. You want to take any choice away from that unborn baby. But, again, this is how a lot of people feel. They go right off the rails, and they get emotional, and they become unhinged. And these aren't just Democrats. Make no mistake. I'm talking about a lot of Republican women. So this is the mixed bag we're facing today. We're saddened a big victory for abortion rights advocates, but a huge win politically for Republicans who aren't going to have to contend with another, pre-midterm election, red wave thwarting Supreme Court decision. The only reason Republicans have a slim majority in the House and losing in the White House and the Senate is because of Roe v. Wade being overturned. That's it. That's it. So it is what it is. And we have to accept it. I'm sad to say to you, and I mean this from the heart, I'm heartbroken to say to you, this hurts me to say this to you, but this was a very big win for the Republican Party and our chances of winning on November the 5th. The objection the Democrats have had on the issue of abortion has just been eliminated. So it's a mixed bag. It's terrible news for the sanctity of life. But it's frankly very good news for Donald Trump and the Republican Party, because this decision today might just have guaranteed the epic victory we think we're going to have on November the 5th. This may have done it. This may have sealed the deal. And again, Wisconsin's paying attention, and I get what you're saying, Wisconsin, so I guess I'm going to play right into your hands, but we'll win first on November the 5th, and then we'll see what we do with the difficult, complicated issue of abortion. And I'll leave it at that. Tom's in Jacksonville, Florida. Tom, welcome to the Mike Gallagher Show. Hello.
Yeah, all I wanted to say is that there's nothing in the Bill of Rights or the United States Constitution that gives somebody a right to kill a baby.
Correct. There is no constitutional right to an abortion. You're absolutely correct.
Right.
But again, you and I can talk logically as a couple of guys all day long about abortion. Tell that to hysterical women who don't want to have the right to an abortion taken from them.
Correct. On there. So I listen to you every day, but
Thank you.
They just say they got a right to do this, or a right to.
There is no constitutional right to an abortion. You're absolutely correct, sir. Thank you. One open line, 800-655-MIKE. Look, this is tough. This is, again, it's a tough day. And I feel, and incidentally, I know women get all defensive, and poor Tracy is stomping around. You're calling women hysterical. I'm talking about angry women who didn't like Roe v. Wade being overturned. And Tracy, I don't remember if you were here. I think you were here then. We took call after call. It was unbelievable. Republican women who were livid, off the charts, epic, bat crap, crazy mad that Roe v. Wade was overturned. And again, it's like talking to a never Trumper. It's personal to these women. It's personal to people. You're not going to have any logic or reason with somebody like this. You can't point out there's no constitutional right to an abortion. For many people, it is simply a fundamental affront to them to take away their right to an abortion. And again, as many women who called me told me, they're never going to be in a position to have an abortion. Many of the women who were irate when the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade were 50, 60, 70-year-old women. So guess what? This is the reality we have to live with. And while this is a horrible loss for the right to life and the life movement in America today, it is a very, very positive accomplishment for the political process. We need to win on November the 5th. And again, I guarantee you, Democrats behind the scenes are very unhappy with this Supreme Court ruling. They were hoping they could screech about a national abortion ban from Trump's court. Well, guess what? Now they can't. And that's good news. That's very good news. So big mixed bag today. Let's get your reaction to all of it. 800-655-MIKE.